Hey, Mr. Gordon. I wanted to say first, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hope you have a fun time. But number two, something more important and meaningful. I wanted to take a moment and say a couple words about you. First, being, I can't thank you enough for what you have done for me musically. I remember coming in grade 9, young, more good looking, but a little bit less good looking, but Anyway, and I knew some things about the saxophone, but not a lot. And I would rely so heavily upon writing in the note names or doing little shortcuts. And then I remember one day you took me aside and you said, Nick, that's not how it's gonna work. And I was like, yo, how, why? And then he said, if you wanna be a good musician, you're gonna have to trust yourself. You can't be afraid of making mistakes. Everyone does. What matters is you make those mistakes and you move on. And that's something you always tell each student. But when you said it to me, it impacted me so much. Then we continued throughout music class, you teaching us different things. And I messed up occasionally, but it's not like you shunned me or said, oh, Nick, you messed up. You were one of the very few teachers that I've had that's been like, okay, you messed up, let's help move this forward, let's help tweak it, let's help do this. And those little helps, those little guidance points have crafted me into a better musician. I remember when you gave me my first solo, and I was so nervous, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's my first solo, what am I gonna do? And you were like, just relax, be confident, and go with the tempo. And I did, and I did good, Now looking back, I could have done a little bit better, but I did pretty good for that time. And you always have faith in me, and I really appreciate that because not a lot of people do. I know I am sort of easy to deal with sometimes and sometimes not. When I get in my flow of music, I get in my flow, and sometimes that gets distracting, but that's okay. You're always like, hey Nick, remember the music. I was like, oh, okay, and I get back to it. But I want to say thank you so much because you encouraged me to become a better musician, but as well as a better person. And most importantly, knowing and giving the advice that it's okay to make mistakes. And that if you do, own up to them and just keep moving forward. It doesn't make you any less of a person. And I'm happy to say that I got to learn that, and I'm more happy to say that I got to be in your class and be one of your students. So, thank you, Mr. Gordon. I really appreciate it. I hope you and your family have a great Christmas, and see you in 2021.